Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we will be starting our CSS course. So until now we have completed the HTML course step by step. I have uploaded all the HTML lessons on my YouTube channel. So if you haven't watched them yet, I recommend watching those lessons first because they will help to understand CSS much better. So in our HTML course, we have created a final project using only HTML language. So I'll show y'all. So we created this. Y'all can check that video as well. We created my portfolio. But if you noticed that this project had only the structure of the website. So it does not have any colors, design, spacing or styling, nothing, right? So now we are going to start CSS. So HTML creates the structure of the web page, but websites without design usually look plain and boring. So CSS help to make our website beautiful and attractive. For example, now think about a house. Okay, think about a house that has walls and rooms, but the house does not have paint, furniture, curtains, or decorations, nothing. Right? It would not look nice. It won't look attractive. So the structure exists, but the design is missing. Uh, in the same way, HTML gives the structure of the web page, while CSS is the design. So, CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. Cascading. Cascading means style follow a certain rules and priority. So cascading means styles follow certain rules and priorities. And style means the design and the appearance. And sheets means a collection of styles, right? So simply, if you see, so simply the CSS language is used to design and style a web page. CSS is used to style HTML elements and make web page look attractive. Like I told before, CSS is used to style the HTML elements and make our web page look attractive. So without the CSS, a web page only contains the plain text and the basic structure. So I explained this before. So why do we need CSS? So CSS helps to add color, font, background, spacing, border, layouts. So again, we need CSS to change the text color. So you can change text colors, add backgrounds, adjust the font size, and adjust the spacing between elements, or you can add spacing between elements. You can create a beautiful web design. So now we understand what CSS is and why we use CSS. Now let's start writing our first CSS code. So now we will create a folder for our CSS, right? We will create a new folder in our desktop. We'll name it as CSS course. Okay, now we will open this folder in our VS Code. Right. I have shown you all before how to install VS Code, and we have practiced codes using VS Code. If you all have followed my HTML course, if not, you all can go to HTML course lesson 1. In that, I have shown you all step by step how to install VS Code. So now we are going to open the a folder which we created before in our VS Code. So let's open the folder using VS Code. So click on File, click on Open Folder. Then you can choose the folder. Here I have CSS course. Double click it and add select folder. Click on select folder. Then you all will get something like this. Right now, yeah. Then just tick this and click on yes I trust the author. Yes I trust. So today we are starting lesson 1. So let's name a folder. Let's close this and let's close this as well. Let's name this as lesson 1. So you can add as lesson1.html. I'll say the reason why we created the folder as lesson1.html, right? So here we have given the file name as lesson1.html. So right now I taught this in my HTML course. So if you all didn't check that, check go and watch those videos. So by clicking this, you all can open a folder. Then I have given the name as lesson 1. So like I showed before. So here, this is our first lesson, first CSS lesson. So I named it as lesson1.html. So as we continue, we can create files like lesson 2, lesson 3, likewise. So this help us to keep our file organized when we create, when we do more practical lessons, right? You might be wondering, you all might wonder, why am I using .html as the extension at the end of the file name? So the .html is the extension, file extension. It tells the computer that this is an HTML file. So when the browser sees the HTML extension, it will understand it should that it should read and display this file as a web page, right? So whenever we create a web page, we can save it as .html extension. So you all might be wondering, why am I using this in a CSS file? Since we are doing a CSS course. So the reason is that CSS cannot work by itself. CSS is used to style HTML elements, like I explained previously. So first we need an HTML file that contains our headings, para and other content which we learned in our HTML course. Then we will use CSS to add colors, font, spacing, designs to those HTML elements. So you can think again the scenario of a house. Without a house, okay, without a house, there won't be paint and decoration, right? There should be a house. So HTML is the house and CSS is the paint and the decorations. So can we paint a house if the house doesn't exist? No, right? So first we need the house, then we need to decorate. So in the same way, we first create the HTML file.
Then only we write the CSS code inside that.
So later in the CSS, later in this course, when we learn external CSS, we will create separate file called CSS. But for now, since we are beginners, right? Since you all are beginners, we will write CSS inside the HTML file, right? I hope you all got it. Now let's write the structure of HTML, because for CSS again we need the structure of HTML, right? by now you all know, by pressing the exclamation mark, you can get the structure. Code gives the complete HTML structure, and I have explained these elements in my HTML course, so I'm not going to explain it today. So inside head tag, we write something called style. So inside a head tag, we write a tag called style. Okay. So inside this style tag only, we are going to write a CSS code. In between the style opening and closing tag, we are going to write a CSS code, right? So now let's add CSS. So before adding CSS, inside the style tag, we will write our CSS code. Now let's add some heading and paragraph inside our body. So we are going to first write some HTML elements. So let's write head my first CSS page. So you all know HTML tags. You all are familiar with HTML tags right now, and you all know HTML tag should be written in between the opening and closing body tag. P will write a sentence using the paragraph tag. I am learning CSS, right? Okay. So let's go to our CSS course, and you can see lesson 1. Okay.
So I have opened it. So now we are going to change my first CSS page, the heading, into blue. So we'll try to change the font color of the heading my first page into blue. So we are going to apply our CSS style and change it. So let's see how to change it step by step. So let's start coding.
Inside style, we are going to do this. So we are going to do it inside the style, because whatever we are coding in the CSS codes should come in between the style opening and closing tag. So first I told we are going to code the heading. We are going to code this heading tag, right? We are going to code that. So we'll take H1. Okay, why H1? Okay, H1 means we are selecting the heading tag. Here the heading tag is given as H1, right? Here I have given the, wait, I'll show you all. Here I have given the heading tag as H1. So that's what I'm using, that same thing here. So that browser understands we are styling the heading tag, right? And open curly brackets. So open curly brackets and type color. Here you will get color, and then you can select. I will select blue. Go to your web page, refresh. You can see you have successfully changed the color, the heading to blue color, right? So you can see heading color is changed to blue. So in the same way, we'll try to change this. We'll try to change the sentence, I am learning CSS, to green. Okay, we'll try to change that. So I can give some space using the tab button. Okay. Now see, what should I use? I should use P, right? I should use P. So you can see here, we change the color, the heading color to blue, right? Now you can see this code has 3 parts. Wait, I'll show. This is the first, second, third. It has 3 parts. So the first part is H1. right? This one is the first part. We gave it as H1. This is called the selector. This one is called the selector, right? Because it tells CSS which elements we want to style. You select the element. It says the CSS, I want to style the heading tag in here, right? The second part is the color. This is the second part. Second part is the color, right? This is called the property. This is called the property, right? This is called the property because it tells the CSS what to change. Here I am saying I want to change the color. I want to change from the heading tag the color, right? Next one, this is the third part, right? Third part is blue. This is called the value. This is called the value because it says CSS. What is the value? I want to change the H1 color to blue color. This is the selector. This is the property. This is the color. Right now, it's like this. Think of a school. Uh, students' uniforms are blue color. Then student is the selector. I'm selecting students and I'm giving the uniform. Uniform is the property and the color as blue, something like that. So all H1 tags will be blue here, right? Now let's try to change this. I want the H1 heading tag to be red. So what can I do is first I'll again erase this, but you all can change this to red directly. I want to again show you all. So first you all are selecting, then open the curly brackets. Without that it won't work, right? And then give as color, and then automatically they will give the remaining parts, and after color there should be a colon, and then you can give red, and then finally you should close the code with a semicolon. After the value you should add a semicolon, right? And then you make sure that here I have given auto save. If not, you have to save it manually and refresh. See, the color has changed to red. The heading changed to red. Try other colors as well. As a practice, try with green, purple, orange, brown. So this is one of the best way to learn CSS.
Okay, now let's change the paragraph. I am learning CSS into blue. So first what you should do, you should select P and open the curly bracket, type color, the property. Color is the property and give the color as blue. Blue is the value. Now go to your web page, refresh. See, I have changed the paragraph into blue.
Now let's try something slightly different, right? Now I'm going to add another paragraph, right? I'm going to add another paragraph. I'll name it as second paragraph. Let's name it as second. Let's give a sentence, second paragraph. Okay. Now, here we have given the paragraph blue, right? We have given the paragraph, we have select the paragraph and given here blue. Then what will happen? Will both paragraph become blue? Let's check. Let's check the results. Let's refresh. Yes. See, this happened. Both the paragraph became blue because this is a rule. Like you have select all the paragraph tag. Here you can see you have given here paragraph. Here also there is a paragraph. Here also there is a paragraph. So all the paragraph tags apply the same style. So all the paragraph tags. Even if you type more paragraph, it will become blue, because here we have assigned the paragraph blue, right? If I change this to green, let's change this to green, then green, right? Let's choose green. Green. Now if I choose green, and when I refresh, see, both the paragraph becomes green, right? Now think I want to keep this, my first paragraph, blue. I want this first paragraph to be blue and the second one green, right? We cannot do it using this paragraph tag because uh, we have selected we have selected P paragraph and given as green. So all the paragraph, whatever paragraph I type, it will be green. So we use selectors for this. So in the next lesson, we will learn how to give different styles to different elements using classes and IDs. So today we want do that part. So now you all understand that if we have two paragraphs, uh, we use P selector and both will change together. Now if I type another paragraph, that will also be green, right? CSS applies all to all same tags. Same thing for heading. If I give another heading, it will be red, right? If it will be red color. Small now that we have learned some CSS properties, let's do a small exercise. So we are going to create this. I'll give you all here. I'll write here. We are going to give a topic heading, my CSS paragraph. Okay, and we are going to give two sentences. I am learning CSS, and we are going to give another sentence as CSS makes websites beautiful. So something similar to what we did, but I want you all to make more practice and familiar with the CSS codes. That's what I plan to do this exercise. Right. Change the heading to blue, and both the paragraph, these two paragraph, into gray. Right, into gray. So change the heading to blue and change the paragraph to gray. Pause the video and do it, and then check the results. Okay, I hope you all have done it. So let's see. First, I will open a file for this. Let's open as practice 1, or let's name it as exercise 1 dot html. Okay. Next, I will press the exclamation mark and get the structure. Okay, let's name here exercise 1. Let's give the title as exercise. And let's open this in a web browser. You can see here there is exercise 1. Right. Here. Okay. With that, now I'm going to give the title. So I'll use H1 tag. You can use H1 or H2 and name it as my CSS paragraph, right? My CSS paragraph. graph. So first, I advise you to code the HTML and then start coding the CSS. Paragraph is, first paragraph I am learning CSS. And second paragraph is CSS makes website beautiful. Okay, now we are going to style this. Now let's check. Yes, now we are going to change this into blue. So first go to your head tag. So inside your head tag, you're opening a style tag, style, okay? And then we will choose H1 and choose as color the property. We will choose the property color and I want it to be blue. Give the value blue. Refresh. You can see it has changed. Next, I want to give the paragraph to gray. Right? I want to give the paragraph gray color. Uh, Gray. Okay. Let's refresh. You can see it changed to gray. Right. Uh, we have successfully complete the exercise. See, both the paragraph became gray because here P, this P selector selects all the paragraph tag. So yeah, I hope you all tried the exercise by yourself. In the next lesson, we will learn how to give different styles to different elements using class, right? So in today's lesson, we learned what is CSS, why we use CSS, and how to write our first CSS code. So I hope today's lesson was clear and helpful. If you would like to support the channel, please consider subscribing the channel. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.